isn't just for sitting by the pool and drinking iced tea. It's the perfect time to snuggle up with a good book outside. New York Times bestselling author Lexi Blake is here tonight to talk all things romance books. Hi, Lexi. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
I'm great and I'm amazing and I'm really excited because I love romance books. In fact, romance books are like the only books I do read. So, as a romance book
Me too.
lover, I feel super terrible for saying this because I wasn't expecting the romance genre to be the best-selling genre. So, as an
Mhm.
author, why do you think that is?
Oh, I think that we are the best-selling genre for what we bring to the table.
Mhm.
I think we're like comfort food for the soul. So when you read a romance novel, no matter what you go through, no matter what the characters go through, and they go through strife, they go through heartache, there are a lot of twists and turns, but you know you're going to be happy at the end of it. So I think there's a comfort knowing I'm going to start this book, I'm going to go through some things,
Mhm.
but I'm going to be okay.
One thing I love that you said is you think of it as like it's like comfort food for the soul because when I'm
Yes,
feeling down, I'm like, okay, I need to read my romance book so I can feel good and feel great.
absolutely. That's exactly what they are here for.
Yeah, so you hear a lot about the dedication that writers have to their readers. So where does this dedication actually come from?
I think it comes from just getting into the worlds of that romance writers write. Romance writers, a lot of people write standalones, but a lot of people write these long series
Hmm.
and with these big families in them. And if we do our job correctly, if we do our job really well, you feel like you're a part of that. And so I think that naturally comes back to wanting to almost to have a connection to the writer, and social media lets us do that.
Yeah, so speaking of romance books, you recently published one. So tell us a little bit
Yes.
about the book.
So the it's called My Royal Showmance, and it is basically about a production assistant who ends up finding herself in the middle of her reality TV show, the one she's supposed to be working, but as a contestant. So she kind of goes into this for one reason and ends up in the middle of everything.
One thing I actually love about your book is that yes, it is a part of a series, but when you're reading it, it's like a book that stands alone by itself. You don't have to
Absolutely.
necessarily read the first part of it. So why was that so important for you to write a book that is part of a series, but be able to have it stand alone on its own?
Well, I think it's important. These are three friends, and they each have their own story. And I think it's important that once it's not their story, the others are still in their lives. So you get the backstory of, now the characters from the first book are just her friends.
Mhm.
So it's very important to me that you be able to see that. Now, I want you to go back and say, "Oh, I'd really
Yeah.
like to know how they got together," but you shouldn't have to know how they got together to understand and appreciate the story.
So obviously, I have the book right here with me, but where can we go to purchase the book?
It is on all platforms: Amazon, Apple Books, Barnes and Noble, um, pretty much everywhere.
Literally anywhere. Well, thank you so much, Lexi, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Spirit Day is next. We'll be right back.